Hi.
So after opening COMSOL Multiphysics, we have two options: model Bizart and blank model. So the basic difference between these two, model Bizart and blank model, is that if we select model Bizart, then first we have to create the geometry and then we have to define the physics, and then we will move further. But if we use blank model, then we can create the geometry and then we can further add the physics later. But in model Bizart, we have to add the physics first. Okay, so I will first show you model Bizart. Okay, this is the model Bizart, and we are using geometry type. Here we can choose 3D, 2D axisymmetry, 2D, 1D axisymmetry, 1D and 0D. So I am choosing 3D. So here we have selected the type of geometry. Okay, 3D, 2D. Okay, and now we have to predefine the physics. Okay, here we can choose physics as per our requirement. If we know the physics that will be required in our domain later. So suppose for example, I wanted to add heat transfer in solid. So a brief description is given about what is the heat transfer in solid. Okay, and the same way we can use for all the physics. I am just click We have to click on this. Here I am clicking on heat transfer in fluids. So here a brief information is given about what is a heat transfer in fluids. Okay, and here I am choosing heat transfer in solid and in brief HT. So we have to add this physics in our domain for analysis. Then we have to select this add. Okay, and this will add the physics for our domain, and this is the added physics interface, and this is showing the added physics, and we have selected heat transfer in solid. Okay, now we can remove it and we can add another physics as per our requirement. Okay, and now we are clicking on study, and from here we can choose a study, and this is the stationary study. Brief information is given about what is a stationary study. Same way we can get information about time dependent study, and I am using time dependent. Okay, then done, and okay, now this will take a few seconds because my computer processing is so slow, so it's taking a bit time. Okay, so now this is added, and this is the default unit. Here already set unit is a meter. We can change it from here. I am choosing mm, so this will sorry, I am choosing mm. So now our default unit is mm, and in this tutorial I will describe you what is this graphic window, and how to create a geometry and how to define the material. And later on tutorials I will tell you how to apply the physics boundary conditions, and then multi-physics, and then how to do mesh, and then various types of studies, and then post processing. Okay, so now coming to back geometry. So by clicking on right click on geometry, we can choose from here, and another way is we have to just click on this geometry and we can choose from here. Here they have already given few options like block, cone, cylinder. Okay, and from here more primitives, and this is the work plane. I will tell you how to use this work plane. And suppose you are familiar with another software like CAD, AutoCAD, SolidWorks. There are lots of CAD software. So if you have already created the geometry, then you can import it from here. You have to just click import, and then you can import the file and you can do further studies. So I am choosing block. This is the block of unit dimension of unit length and width and height. Okay, and the center of this 0 0 0, and this is the xy, and this is the z-axis. Work plane is our xy plane, and we have to this is the solid type. We can change it to surface, and I am choosing solid. Then we have to build selected. So this is our required block of 111 mm, and this can be used for zoom in, and this is for zoom out. Suppose this is a very simple geometry. If geometry is a complex and we want to zoom at a certain position, so we can use this, and by this we can zoom it. Okay, and this can be used for its original position. Okay, and this is for xy plane, this is yz, this is xz. Okay, so returning back to the our isometric position, and if we want this is a very simple domain, but if we want to see inside the domain, if our geometry is a complex, then we can use transparency mode by clicking on this is the transparency, we can see inside. Okay, and from here we can hide the 3 axis and we can unhide, and we can do this also. The grid can be hide or unhide from here, and suppose we want to take the image of this, so we can use a snipping tool. But if we want to do the good quality image, then we can directly click on this. If printer is attached, then we can print it also. So I am taking the image snapshot. From here we can change setting. Okay, and this is the preset is the presentation. Okay, and target, we agar if we are choosing PowerPoint, then this will open PowerPoint. If we are using file, then this will open file, and this that will ask the file type, and this is the for clipboard. Right now I am using clipboard. Okay, and if we want to include title, color, legend, grid, axis orientation, and logo of console, so we can check and uncheck these as per our requirement. If we want to increase font size, then we can also increase it, and we can change color, and many things we can do it. So I am clicking on OK. So now I want to see this, so I am opening PowerPoint. Okay, so you can see that. Better way to delete this. Okay, so this is our geometry created in console and imported to presentation. Now returning back to the console, so here we can now, suppose if we want to create some complex geometry, so we have various options, and suppose if we want to make a cylindrical shape inside this cube, so here we can, if we want to do some operations on this face, so we can select plane from here. Okay, and this is the work plane 1, this is the work plane 1, and this is an xy plane, this is the xy. We can change its plane type from here, and we can choose also offset distance, and this is the z coordinate. Okay, so I am choosing because I want to make a plane on this plane, so then I have to put the value of z is equal to 0, and then simply I have to select build selected. Okay, so this is the plane that is created on xy plane. Okay, this is the xy plane. Now we have to click on plane geometry, and I want to make a circle, and I am choosing 0.2 mm, and we can change sector angle and center from here, and then we have to click on build selected. So this is center is 0 0, so we want to move this circle inside, so we can change x and y coordinates. Okay, so I am choosing x is equal to 0.4 and y is equal to 0.5, and then build selected. So now, okay, now we have to click on work plane, and I have to use extrude. Here we have not directly, we can't directly do extrude cut, so here we have to use boolean and partitions, and we can do union, intersection, difference, compose, and many other things also we can do it. And now we have to click on extrude, and this is the distance how much we want to extrude, and this is the reverse direction. Okay, so this is the cylinder. Okay, if we want to inside, then we can change this direction, and this is inside. Okay, and if we want to remove the cylindrical portion, so then we have to use boolean and partitions, and we have to click on difference, and we have to provide input object to add. I am choosing this object, and this is disabled at that time, and now I am choosing this, so this will be disabled, and I have to choose this. Okay, I have chosen this, so this is the block one, and this is the extrude one. Okay, so now I have to click on build selected, so we can see that from here our hole is created. Okay, and now suppose we want to do some operations on this face, so we have to simply click another work plane, and from here face parallel, and we have to just click on this will create a plane. Okay, then plane geometry, and then circle, then this. Okay, so I have to choose this 0.2. Okay, now click on work plane 2, and then I have to use extrude. Okay, now we can do it as per our requirement of geometry. So geometry creation is not complex, and there are many more other options are available, like revolve, sweep, and convergence, and transform. We want to create an array, then we can use it. I will tell you in upcoming tutorials, and we can use copy, mirror, move, rigid, transform, rotate, and scale. Okay, now I am coming to the, and this is the most important point. After doing all these geometrical operations, we have one inbuilt option, that is a form union. So COMSOL multiphysics do it for you, and now the all the domains are connected. Suppose there are some relative motion between these two, so we have to change from here. I will tell you in upcoming tutorials. So from here we can choose assembly, and we can do it as per our requirement. So right now this will be from union, and from here we have to do no change is required for this time. Okay, now I will tell you how to add materials for these two domains. So I have to click on materials, and we can here add materials from COMSOL library. These are the some materials. Okay, and if our material is not found in this library, then we have option to create blank material. So right click on material, and we can choose blank material here. Because physics is already applied on this domain, so this will already add you the required material properties already. You have to not bother about material properties. So by some experiment or some literature, we can input the thermal conductivity, density, and heat capacity. Okay, and we can do it. So this is the way how to add blank material. Okay, now I am deleting this, and now I am choosing inbuilt material. I am choosing aluminium. Add to component. This will add to the both domain, but I want a different material on this domain, so I have to first remove this. So from here we can remove it. Okay, I have removed. Now aluminium material is assigned for this, and I want to use cast iron. So I have clicked on cast iron, and this will add to component, and now I want to add on this. Okay, so this will add this on cast iron, and as we can see that here physics is already defined, and here these arrow is showing, these signs are showing that these are the necessary properties. Without this you can't do a simulation. Okay, and this is for cast iron. These are the some necessary properties. Okay, so this is the way to add the blank material and inbuilt materials. Okay, and now we can also, these are the nodes, and from here we can change various settings. Suppose if we want to see equation, there we can click on equation view, and then okay, so now we can see equations. So you can hide it from here. Okay, and click on OK. and this can be suppose if you want to move something down, then you can use this, and if you want to move something up, then you can use this. Okay, so this is the way how to create a geometry and how to add a material in COMSOL multiphysics, and how to define physics and for multiphysics, and then mesh, and then various types of studies, and then post processing I will tell you in another tutorial.